And after you leave a like, remember to smash the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my channel as yet. And remember to hit the notification bell so every time I post a video, you can know right away. Subscribe, 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 subscribe.
What's up, my YouTube friends, viewers, subscribers, everybody? Welcome back to another banger motivational video. And the topic for today is you need to disappear. And when I say disappear, I don't mean go missing where nobody can find you. I mean disappear from things and people that can't see the true value within you. So with that being said, is the reason why I say you need to disappear. You ever notice people that say were raised in a certain environment and they were brought up in a certain environment? You ever notice that when they spend most of their life in a certain environment, they never seem to live up to their true potential? That's because one of the reasons is environment and people that's around you. So notice people that say left certain neighborhood or leave certain environment or leave certain friends always end up growing above and beyond whatever it is that they truly desire. You want to know why? That's because you see people that know so much about you, like people that were raised with you, like brought up with you. Sometimes I think it's hard for them to truly see the value within you. And sometimes it's hard for them to admit the fact that you are trying to, you're aiming for true greatness. That's why most times people will say, "Oh, I know you when, I know you when nothing was happening, I know you before this." That's why they keep on saying that because that's the image that they have. So when you were raised with someone or you're in a environment with someone or even work with notice even if you work with someone for a certain amount of time, they like people create certain image of you in their brain. So whenever they create a certain image, it's hard for them to see you as someone else, you know what I mean? So for example, if you're working with someone for how many years, whenever they see you out in public, they always have a different reaction from how you are because they're so used to you being at work. You know, you probably dress a certain way, you probably be professional. Like people present different pieces of themselves to different people. So I'm not gonna go deep down in that, but when they see you all dressed up and you're loosened up and you're talking and laughing, they're not used to that. That's why people always act surprised when they see you out of work. That's just the way how it is. So with that being said, is if you're a person that you want to say do something with your life and you're sick and tired of the 95 industry like me, then you need to disappear, because sometimes what happens is people tend to always be saying stuff like that. "Oh, I know you when this was happening, I know you when you were broke." So with that being said, bro, that is what create depression and anxiety for people, is the fact that they have to make themselves small just to satisfy everybody else. So if you sit down and you look within yourself and you say to yourself, "You know what, I think I can do this," and then you have the whole neighborhood telling you, "Oh, I know you're 19 now, and I know you from you were 5 years old. Why do you think you can do that?" Those type of stuff is what keep people trapped within their own mind. Because you want to know why? You like some people, I think they make themselves small, so they can't really aim for nothing. They're aimless because they're constantly hearing everybody around them telling them the same thing. "Oh, why you want to go get a job? Why you want to do this? Why you want to do that? I know you before this, I know you before that." So with that being said, is that's why most times you have to disappear from all those things. Notice, if you say, if someone, whether friend or family, if you ever travel overseas or you move somewhere else and they haven't seen you within, say, a couple of months or years, when they see you again, because the image they have in their brain is still from where when they last saw you. So when you say you disappear and you got a job, you start doing better with yourself and everything, and you come back after a year or 2 or 3 or 5 years, now when they see you, when you present yourself forward, now that's the new image that they have because you were never there. So mostly, I feel like the best way to truly grow is you have to disappear from certain things, certain environment. It's hard for someone to grow in a certain environment when you have the whole neighborhood telling you the same thing. Same thing. Sorry, you have your family telling you the same thing. Everybody telling you the same thing. How do you expect to grow above and beyond if you're say brought up in the same environment, you probably live in the same house, you're looking at the same thing. You know what I mean? There's nothing to say inspire you. You know what I mean? There's no, you don't hear nobody saying nothing that, oh, you need to get up, you need to go get a job. Because number one, all your friends sitting down, all your family sitting down. Why you think you want to be that one to get up and go get a 9 to 5 job? That's what they're gonna say to you. You probably sit down and you probably like, well, how you guys are living your life, I can't live my life like that. But you have to be strongly motivated enough to get up and try to make it happen while watching everybody sitting down. So you have to disappear. Anything that's not, say, on your side of things, like, you have to disappear. Because, bro, trust me, I've seen a lot of people, like, people make themselves small in order to satisfy everybody else. And anxiety, like, depression is what already happened, and anxiety is what you're looking forward to. Those stuff, like, people that have anxieties, like, oh, they want to do something but they can't do it because they're wondering or worrying about what the whole neighborhood has to say. Bro, you need to disappear. That's one of the reasons why a lot of people never end up reaching exactly where they're trying to go, is the fact that they're around too much things for so long, to the point where they can't even say, oh, I want everybody to see me how I see myself. Bro, no one is ever going to see how you see yourself, because whatever image you have in your brain or your mind for yourself, like how you see yourself, everybody don't see you the same way how you see yourself, because they see you as what you appear to be. You may see yourself bigger than what you appear to be because of the mentality you have. So you may sit down and say, oh, I think I can do this, I think I can do that. Nobody's going to see you like that. And if someone was, say, brought up with you, they may say to you, oh, bro, we've been doing this and doing that, why you want to do this all of a sudden? Bro, trust me, things like that, it happens. You have to disappear. The only way you can truly be in a, say, stable or healthy state of mind is you have to disappear from all those things. Because when you disappear from all those things and you start working on yourself and you start growing and you start moving forward, when they can't see you, then they don't know nothing. So they can't say, oh, I know you when this and I know you before that. They can't say nothing because the last image that they had, like I said, was when they last saw you 2 3 years ago. So when you disappear and you return after a time frame, then that's a new image because you're not different. Because they can see that you're different, you're more mature, you walk, you talk, your behavior, everything about you is different. So right there, for them, it's like they have no choice but to accept the new you. Notice, if, say, you ever had a friend or a family, they went over, like, you guys are kids, and even if you're adults, they went overseas, they moved overseas, and they come back after 1 year. You're happy to see them, but deep down you're like, oh, this person is different now, this person is this, you know what I mean? Like, people literally look within themselves and they literally low-key compare themselves to you. So if you're in the same environment as, say, a bunch of friends you brought up with, or you're, say, born and raised in, it's going to be extremely hard for you to get up and want to do something with yourself, because people refuse to see you as you want to see yourself. They won't accept it. I'm telling you, that's 100%. They will not accept it. And that's one of the reasons why most people, they won't even support whatever you're doing, because they don't want to, like, the version of you that you want to bring to reality, they don't want to see it. That's why most times you have some friends that will literally say and do stuff to keep you down with them. Because trust me, things like that, like, it literally happens. I've seen it repeatedly over and over and over and over and over again. People that are aimless, they try to keep everybody down with them. So the only way you're gonna, say, truly, like, be, say, inspired by something and you're self-motivated enough to get something done, is you have to remove yourself from certain things in order to get it done. Notice, if you're, say, if you have a 9 to 5 job and your friends, say, don't want to work or whatever the case may be, if you notice, you can't spend as much time with them like when you're unemployed, because when you're working, you spend most of your time working. So when your shift is done and you come back home, you don't have that energy to sit down and talk and laugh and drink out with your friends. You go inside, you probably have supper, kick your feet up, watch TV, boom, you go to bed, you wake up, you do it all over again. You may be in the same environment, but you're in a different state of mind. So imagine if you were supposed to disappear from all of that, go in a brand new neighborhood where nobody don't know you. It's easy for you to focus when you don't have the whole neighborhood knowing you from 10, 15 years ago. Trust me, it's easy because nobody don't know nothing about you. If you move to a new city or a new country or a new community, they see you for what you appear to be. So even though they don't know nothing about you, they judge you based off how you look, how you carry yourself, how you speak. That's why most times when people ruin their life, they always run away. They go live in a brand new city where nobody does know them. That's because they can pretend to be someone that they're not. Because the less people know about you, the better chance you have to succeed in life. Because nobody don't know nothing about you. So with that being said, is if people can destroy their own lives and run away to a brand new city or country or state or province or whatever the case may be, where nobody don't know them and pretend to be someone that they're not, why you think you can't disappear from your neighborhood, move away from your neighborhood, and say advance forward where nobody don't know you? If it works for those that ruin their whole life and disappear or run away, why you think it won't work for you and you're doing something productive with yourself? See where I'm going? It is, bro, you need to disappear. It's extremely hard for you to be in a certain environment and advance forward, because not a lot of people, what I notice is not a lot of people is, say, strongly self-motivated to the point where they can like get up and be their own driving force. Most people, they need validation from others, so they will say, oh, what you think of this, or what you think of that, or what you think of this, or what you think of that, what you think I should do, what you think I should not do. So like I always say in most of my motivational videos, is when you ask someone a question, they look within themselves first and then they think before they give you a response. Because people who are not genuinely happy for you, or they don't want to see you, well, not say genuinely happy, people are normally happy for everyone once you're not doing better than them. The problem comes in once you start doing better than them. So when you disappear or you move away, they can't know just how well you're doing until you return. So within the process of you, say, working on yourself, you put yourself in the gym, you're eating right, you're starting a career, you may be starting a business, a small business, sorry. You're starting to move forward in life, you started to pursue something. They don't know your plan, they don't know what you're doing, and just because you're not there, then you can stay extremely focused on the task at hand, or task on hand. Sorry about my accent. So it's easy for you to focus when you don't have nobody knowing your business or nobody knowing nothing about you. So what do you think is best? If you think I'm lying, look at all those people that were born and raised in a certain neighborhood. Just look how far they are. They want so much more, but they can't achieve so much more because of people around them. It could be friends, it could be family, it could be co-worker, it could be anybody. And like I said, if someone can destroy their life and run away and pretend to be someone that they're not, look how much people do stuff in their neighborhood, whether they steal, they ruin their whole life, they go somewhere else and they pretend to be a high class people. But guess what? For those ones that run away from problems, they can't, like, what they're trying to do is run away from who they were. But you can't run away from who you are, because what they refuse to understand is if you destroy your own self and you run away, you did not escape. That's not an escape. All they're doing is trying to be someone that they're not, and eventually time will catch up. But this video is not about that. You need to disappear in order to grow and move forward. You need to disappear and you need to get serious. If you're the type of person where you want to work a 9 to 5, regular 9 to 5 job, you want to be an average person, that's fine. But if you ever sit down and you think that there's so much more to you that you can't really put your finger on it, but you know from deep down that you have a potential, like people can feel when they have a big destiny. You can feel it. You can sit down and you may think, bro, I feel like I can do this, because it all starts from your mentality that you have. You may sit down with a bunch of friends. Even in high school, you may sit down and you may think, oh, I'm way more mature than all these people and all these kind of stuff. Oh, everybody want this, but I want that. You can feel when you're different. The only difference is what you brainstorm is hard for you to bring it to reality because you need validation from the whole neighborhood. So until you disappear from all those negativity, all those drama, all those stuff that's breaking everybody, all those unnecessary nonsense, until you disappear from all of that and put yourself in a different environment, and bro, when you're in a different environment, you will have a different state of mind, and you can be extremely focused because nobody don't know you. You don't have nobody calling you. You don't have nobody busting down your door saying, oh, let's go do this and let's go do it. You don't have nobody saying no nonsense. So you spend all your quality time working on yourself and building yourself and pushing forward to the point where when you come back to your old neighborhood, they have no choice but to accept the fact that you are now a different person. They have no choice. And that's just life, and that's just the way how it is. But if you're stuck in an environment, you'll be trapped within your own mind. Because hearing everybody saying stuff and seeing the same thing every single day with nothing to inspire you, you'll be different. That's one of the reasons why people that were, say, brought up in, say, ghetto or hood or whatever the case may be, that's why most parents, they want to move out of that area when they have kids, because they don't want their kids to grow up with, say, that small mentality of wanting nothing and think sitting down doing nothing is the best. They move to a community where people are working. So because people live what they see, kids live what they see or live what they learn. Kids live whatever they learn. That's just how it is. So if you have a kid, they can be the same age, but they won't be, say, this on the same level mentally. They may know different things, but their ages is still the same. That's because of the environment that they're in. And that's why you'll have someone that's, say, 16 to 18, both same age. One wanna, say, get a holiday job, and the other one wanna say, oh, I'm young, I need to go doing this. They're the same age, but they have different mentality. That's because of the community where they're from. That's life, and that's just how it is. If you didn't know then, you know now. The only way you can truly achieve whatever it is that you're aiming for, with everybody breathing down your neck, is you have to disappear. When I mean disappear, I don't mean go missing. Going missing to disappear is the same thing. When you go missing, nobody know where you are. It's like you were kidnapped. But when you disappear, they can call you, they can text you, they can see you on Facebook. Yeah, that's just how it is. But trust me, when you return, they have no choice but to see you for a new person, because evolution happens in stages. First, it happens with your mentality, because whatever you see and whatever you think, that's what you are able to will into existence. So when you're in a different environment, then you start thinking different because you're around different people. So notice, if a person is, say, not, say, strong will or mentally strong or whatever the case may be, if they are around positive people, to them they're gonna sit down and they're gonna adapt to whatever lifestyle is happening, because it's in a human's nature to adapt to whatever. Wherever you put a human, they will adapt. That's just how it is. There's a saying that say, when you go to Roman, you do what when you go to Rome, you do what the Romans do. That's how it is, because it's in our nature to adapt. We adapt to time frame, situation, health and condition, what social media. It doesn't really matter what it is. It is human nature to adapt to everything possible. You can be in this country right now, and another country, I've seen a 10, 12, 16-hour time zone. Once you move there, the hours are different. So your sleep time, when you go to breakfast, when you wake up, all the time is different. But the longer you're there in a different time zone, your body will start to adjust to that time frame. So it's the same thing. If you move to a different city or you move to a different environment, eventually you start to adapt. However it is that environment is, you start to adapt. And if you start, say, working, and you're working wherever you work, you're hearing people with big ideas, people that want to pursue things, you're going to sit down and you may say to yourself, but I want to do this and I want to do that. It's all about where you are, the people you put yourself around with. But this video is mainly for disappear. You need to disappear. Focus on yourself. It's hard for you to focus on yourself when you have everybody telling you can't do it. So in order for you to not hear that, you have to be somewhere else. You have to be somewhere else. You may sit down and you may think, oh, I can't do this, I can't do it. No, you can. The only reason why you refuse to do it, that's because you're shrinking yourself to satisfy everybody else. And that's why a lot of people are sad. That's what you call depression, because they want to be and they want to do so much, but they can't do it. So they have to shrink themselves. They have to make themselves less in order to satisfy somebody else. And I'm the type of person, I refuse to make myself less just so somebody else can feel better. If you want to feel better, you want to be around me and you want to feel better, then you make sure you're pulling some weight or doing something in order to feel like you're on the same level as me, whether mentally, physically, emotionally, verbally, so whatever the case may be. Because why should I shrink myself, make myself less than how I really am in order to make somebody else feel like they're doing more? That's going to put me in a different state of mind, because I'm going to sit down and I'm going to think there's so much more to me. There's so much things I want to do, but I can't do it because of that person there. And then every time I get up and I want to do something, then all of a sudden I start struggling with anxiety. Oh, I want to do this, but I don't know what that person may think. Oh, I want to do this, but I don't know what the whole neighborhood may think. That is one of the main reasons why people never get nowhere. All because they're trying to satisfy somebody else's needs. That's it. That is it. If you didn't know then, you know now. You need to disappear and focus on yourself. If you don't disappear, it's going to be extremely hard to focus on yourself, because trust me, I've said it from the beginning of the video. People are going to refuse to see you for however you see yourself. They refuse to see you like that if you're still there. Until you disappear, then they'll have a new image of you. If you didn't disappear and you were there the entire time, they won't see you for how you see yourself. And then you'll have the depression and anxiety. You have a bunch of different problems, because you're going to have to make yourself less in order to make them feel more. So I hope this message was useful for some of you guys. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned. I will be back doing more stuff. You go enjoy the rest of your day. I'm out. And don't forget to follow me on social media. I post daily on them.